I gotta bounce at like 3:55.
Oh wow,
I call it for.
Oh, do you? Hey guys, welcome back to the Transformation Church Message Recap Podcast. Wow, we're back.
Let's go.
Back again.
Let's get it.
Brad Livingston, the lead pastor of Transformation Church.
You know it.
I'm one of the executive pastors of operations business.
Just one of the executive
one of the executive pastors. XP extraordinaire.
XP extraordinaire.
And then
with us is student director.
Yeah, of the year.
Out of who?
Transformation Church.
Transformation
Church. Yeah.
I like it. I like confidence.
I like that.
I
Yeah,
like that.
I'm gonna get you a ribbon or something.
Director of the year.
A certificate. We're gonna print you a certificate.
Put that in your bio, bro.
Hey, I'm for it. All I have to say is student director of the
You
year.
should put that in your Instagram bio. That would be hilarious.
Hilarious, dude.
You gotta do that. Yeah, Nate's back with his 8 hat.
Yeah.
That kind of was a bar. Nate's back with his 8 hat.
Wow. Yeah.
Bars. I didn't even know it.
Because you're a poet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh,
Have y'all ever written a poem?
Yeah.
I wrote a poem one time, and it shocked me how good it was.
Was it like a sonnet or a
It was a haiku.
Oh, that's crazy.
It wasn't haiku. It was more like of a love. It was like a love song poem type thing. Is a song a poem?
I think so.
I think so too, right?
rhythmic poem.
So I think it was really more of a song, maybe.
So you wrote a song.
I'm a songwriter too, I guess.
Yeah. Put that in your bio.
Songwriter.
Epic songwriter.
There you go.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't know nothing about it. I just remember it happened.
That's good. You're going to hear it on the radio one day.
No, I won't, because I don't know anything about it. But speaking of doing something and hearing about it later, I sent y'all that article about the gas delivery thing that I was like, tell me this wasn't my idea.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
I talked about that 5 years ago.
Yep.
$1 billion idea out the window. Somebody else is getting rich off
Someone
my
else is
idea.
doing
What'd you do?
He didn't do
I
anything.
didn't-
That's the
I
problem.
didn't do anything.
Yeah.
No, he has had an idea. It was just like, dude,
I said
we need to start a business.
Every person needs gas in their car, but
Yeah.
nobody likes getting gas.
Yeah.
So I said, what if there was a service like you just pull your phone out and like on an app you order your fuel and they come around at night while your car's in the driveway and just fill your car up and then they bill you all through the app and everything.
Is it more expensive through the app though?
Well, yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah,
But
I'm just saying.
then in the end, people, I mean,
Yeah.
you see DoorDash and all that, so like
100%.
people
That's
still,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
But now, like literally, there's an article I sent in the text group of like, it's a thing now.
Yeah. Because I hate getting gas.
Hate it.
Oh, it's the worst.
Hate
Yeah.
getting gas.
It's the worst. I like fill up like,
Do you take Leah's or do you do Leah's?
yeah, sometimes whenever it's at home, but a lot of times she'll stop at BJ's wholesale and get the gas there.
yeah. But nobody likes to do it.
Nah.
So the thought was like if there was just a service, you order it.
Dude, I would
And then,
do it in a heartbeat.
imagine if then you from a business model walk this out is like you put people on I'll put you on a subscription where once a week we come through and we just hit you on Tuesday
genius.
nights and
Yeah.
whatever and then your car's always fueled up type thing.
Dude, I
like
would
that.
love that. I look forward to it getting to Pensacola.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
So anyway, someone's already doing it. So I feel like I lost out. I wonder if I could sue them.
I mean, but just
That's
because
it.
someone's doing it, you can't do it. You can't make your own company.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I just know it was my idea. Surely it was someone else's too, because I never like.
Apparently, I don't
yeah,
think you hung out with that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. No,
I guess I can't sue, but
I don't care for getting gas. It's
I also
annoying to me.
I also had another idea.
Ooh. Should we publish this?
Yeah, be
No,
careful.
because it already exists.
Oh, someone bleep it out.
Someone already did. This is a bigger one. I was at an airport and was stuck, or had a delay, or what do you call it? Layover.
Whatever.
And I went into one of the restaurants, and my phone was low on battery, as it does. And I thought, and I was, sometimes in the airports they have like the pop up little things, or there's like a plug at every table, just because there wasn't. And I remember I connected to the Wi-Fi at the airport, and I said, wouldn't it be cool if I could just connect to a battery source wirelessly in the airport?
Really?
And then all of a sudden they started coming out with wireless charging, but it had to be, you set it on a pad and it charges. But I was like, surely there's got to be a bunch of R&D done to figure this out. But at some point they can get it where it don't have to be touching and it's just in the air or something. I don't know how it works. But like, then imagine you have it at your house. I go to your house and charge my phone. Like, Nate, what's your battery code or whatever, like your Wi-Fi
That's
password.
wild.
You just connect and charge.
I mean, at some point, that's probably going to be in every house.
I know. I've had
wild.
$2 billion ideas. You've had none.
Yo, why'd you have to say that? That's crazy.
Step it up.
Crazy.
Step it up.
So, do you have any ideas, Nate?
No, I don't generate ideas like y'all do. So, working
That's
genius.
all right.
Yeah.
Because you're a tenacity guy, right?
Galvanizing and what's the one that the one after galvanizing, but before, not the last one where you're like finishing, but it's like
encourager or something like that.
Maybe it's like, it's galvanizing and then getting the one, starting it, and then I don't like to see it finished, but like I'll empower people to start it, and I'll be the one to start it.
Encouragement, I think.
Yeah.
What's the word though?
Widget. Oh, about the E word. Yeah.
Oh.
Widget is the word of the acronym, but
I can't think of the word. Energizer.
No. Enablement. Yes.
Kyle coming through.
Kyle.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Kyle's back here. We didn't mention him earlier.
Kyle cannot be seen nor heard, but he is present.
He's present.
His presence can be felt. So yeah.
Oh, we should have just been like, Kyle, can you Google that?
Yeah,
That's what
that's
podcasts
That's what they do on podcasts.
Yeah.
Hey, pull that up. You know, yeah.
That's what he did.
In our new podcast
just
studio that we're going to have at some point in the somewhat near future.
Yeah.
Come on, spoiler alert. Kyle, we'll set it where Kyle can be on camera too. He'll be our switcher Googler guy.
But with a side camera or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sick.
Maybe like
a crappy bird's eye camera.
Yeah.
That would be great. Like it's like looking down on him on his little computer.
Yeah.
That would be great. He's the guy in the chair.
I think we should start trying to get guests on. I think we're a big enough podcast we can start inviting real guests on.
What, the podcast with Exandria on as a guest?
Smith the other day.
That was like one of the most viewed podcasts recently or something, right?
Well, I want to figure out a way to do some video interviews. I guess you could use Zoom or something. But like, what if we had a real guest, like a Chris Hodges or something, or Craig Rochelle.
I mean,
Chad Veach.
Oh my God!
I
Can
mean,
you imagine Nate if we had Chad Veach on the podcast?
All their podcasts are like, boom, 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 bullet points. This is what we're talking about. All this stuff. This is kind of like a vibe type. I don't know if like Chad Veach would.
Someone come vibe with us.
Yeah, I don't know. You need Chris Hodges.
You keep acting up.
Hey, come vibe.
I'll vibe with you, but you got about 10 minutes, and then I'm getting off your podcast. Yeah.
We'll have like Chad on. We'll let Rick be our guest host that day.
That would be wild.
Look, we didn't even tell Nate.
He was here. Sees it on YouTube later.
Oh my gosh.
That would be wild.
I would cry.
He would be bad.
Oh yeah.
He'd probably quit or something.
He would fight us.
I wouldn't quit.
He'd probably cry.
Yeah.
I would be salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be salty. Yeah.
But that will get us a good guest. Maybe like a Jackie Hill Perry or somebody like that, or
These are some big name people.
A rapper or something. Yeah, right. Ted Traylor.
I know one we could get. I know a rapper we could get. He's not someone we want on our podcast.
It's the one in Atlanta that y'all know?
Yeah.
But
I feel like Anthony Brown would be a good.
Anthony Brown.
I think he'd be a good one.
Hilarious, dude.
He'd be a good
I love
one
him so much. But yeah, so we're doing it, guys. We're back. We're week number
2
of the series that we're in. Yeah. I had to think about that.
It's a good series, honestly. I mean,
absolutely.
I liked Sunday's message. Well, before we talk about that, I liked First Wednesday. First Wednesday was good last week. This Matthew that we're in, I mean, it's taking forever to get out of this Matthew.
We're going to be in it for over a year. Yeah,
but it's good content. I mean,
yeah, thanks, man.
It's good content.
We've been working on it.
And First Wednesday, just the crowd. Obviously, it's not about the crowd size, but for a long time, we always had around 100 would be at First Wednesday. It's doubled, and I think part of that is because the teaching is it's so different than a Sunday.
Yeah,
it's a different vibe altogether. To use that word, in the room, even worship's longer. A little different. But the content is just so good. Well, especially if you're trying to learn something.
Absolutely.
Somebody good wrote it. Talking about God, by the way, the Bible. But it has been really special. I think what's really cool about First Wednesdays to me is like, one of the reasons, especially in the like Reform circles or like some of them space, the traditional church circles, it's like, well, it's like they just have a drive-through church service. That's the only reason Transformation Church is growing. It's like,
they're what they think of
whoever,
us.
Gotcha. It's like, like they'll kind of throw shade at us a little bit and whatever, that's fine. But I think what's cool about First Wednesday is like, we're seeing 200 people in the room at first Wednesday.
Absolutely.
And we're preaching for an hour and 5 minutes. Like it's like,
well, that's
just really cool, you know.
I think if you're the growing church in town, there's always going to be naysayers, right?
Bunch of naysayers.
And maybe rightly so in some regard.
Got to be disliked.
You know, maybe rightly so in some regard. Especially, it would be easy to pick on us and say we're growing and that it's all young people because it's the lights or the music's loud and there's just they're tickling the ears of what the young people want to hear or something along those lines, you know, stuff like that. And maybe that's why some people are here or where they came to us is that's what they were interested in. But then they get here and learn that's surface level,
right.
and that is not who we are.
That's right.
At all.
I mean,
it's surface level. It's just something we do. It's not who we are. And then especially if you come to like a First Wednesday and you learn, holy crap, you can talk for an hour on one little scripture.
Yeah,
you know, like.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
Right, and then have a whole thing on that, and then the learning that there's actual teaching that goes on here, there's actual discipleship that goes on here, and all these things that I think some people think it will be easy to think that they have the market cornered on that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's why we don't grow because we're preaching the truth and nobody wants to hear the truth. It's like,
we're preaching.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know, like that. First of all, if you think like that, that's crazy talk.
Yeah, that's wild.
But I think some people may come for for lack of a better word, maybe the hype. And you know, there's always going to be people that show up because if it's the church that's been talked about and the one that's growing, and you know, there's always going to be good word of mouth. People want to come see what it's about. And then I think some people get here and are surprised at the level of the teaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Absolutely.
That's what I think. And
Well,
that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's good.
We try our best around here. It is what's cool is we've had different people. Like I ran into Jamal from Bam Snowballs. And he's like, man, I gotta check y'all. He's like, I see your stinking logo everywhere. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, not just like around town, but like, he said, I didn't realize how many of my friends go to your church. Because when I ran into him yesterday, for the record, I ran into him yesterday and we were talking and I had the Raise the Life shirt on. I was in the gym and it had the logo at the bottom. He's like, man, I know so many people that go to your church. They're constantly posting or tagging the church or checking in at the church or whatever. And he's like, I gotta go check it out. I didn't realize how many friends I had over there. And I was like, yeah. And that was when somebody was like, hey, he's the pastor. He was like, whoa, he remembered me from when we used to go to Bam Snowballs like once a week. Yeah. He was like, yeah, y'all used to come in with like a big group, like 6 or 7. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, that was usually my staff or like different people. It was like we came in. I was like, I've been trying to lose weight, so I can't be eating your 1,000-calorie snowballs. But
they're fantastic.
They're so good. Yeah. And he's like, no, I get it, man. But anyways, it was just funny to me because he was like, I see that logo everywhere. He says, so many people that I know. He said, I'm going to have to come through. So shout out to Jamal Bam Snowballs. So
was his brother with him?
No, just him. I think his brother's back in Las Vegas or something. But
no. He must have another brother.
The twin?
I don't think they're twins.
Oh no, the partner in the business is the twin, and he lives somewhere else. I think.
Oh, they were both at. I think there's a younger brother then that's not his twin.
Okay, could be.
That was with him when I saw him a couple weeks ago at the chamber breakfast.
Okay, that could be.
So I could be wrong, because somebody thought it was his son or something, and they laughed like, "It's my brother." Wow. I could be wrong and misheard, but anyways. They make a fantastic snowball. They put ice cream in the middle.
Yeah. No, this is the two of them.
Nope.
Yeah, I was like, they're twins. Like,
yeah, no, I think there's a younger one that he had with him.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. They're
in twins. So interesting. Like they're the same person, but different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I think me and Nate thought the same thing.
Yeah.
What?
No. I don't know.
But isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
They're the same person, but different.
It's
same person, but
they have like the same DNA, right?
Yeah. But some twins.
Is it like completely the same? This is new to me. I don't know. I didn't know this.
Yeah, they have like the same DNA. Yeah.
Wow.
Just
I did not know that.
different.
It's like a deformity.
Souls.
It's a deformity in the egg. The egg splits,
But it's the same DNA that split with it.
and then
You didn't learn that in science class,
Bro, are you kidding, bro? I want you to
that's right,
rethink
yeah.
that. Yeah. I want you to ask that question again. That's wild.
twins and
Yeah.
the twins that
Yeah, right.
twins that are identical. I don't know if what's the word for the ones that aren't identical?
Fraternal.
I don't know if they. I know they have like a
Fraternal.
twin bond. I don't know if it's the same as like a identical, but they say like identical twins. A lot of them, like they're just.
They'll think something in
The-
Las
the-
Vegas, and the other one thinks it in St.
Or,
Louis.
or they're just so in tune with each other or something. Yeah, they're like very.
That's one way to put it. So
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so interesting.
I didn't really think about that. Yeah, it is interesting. Like that's, I would like
wonder what it's like to
knowing
be a
that they have
twin.
the same DNA and they look the same. I think that really challenges eyewitnesses and DNA at murder scenes.
Yeah. Probably does. Yeah.
Wow, who did it?
Who knows?
Who did
You
it?
got a 50-50 shot of getting this
Or
right.
do you just arrest both of them?
So you find out there's triplets.
Wow.
That's wild. That's
So-
wild.
I was watching something the other day. I was watching a documentary the other day, and they were talking about how eyewitness accounts are the least reliable
Yeah. Evidence.
evidence.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was really interesting. They were doing an exercise. So they took a group of people. They didn't know that that's what they were signing up for. So they signed up for an exercise,
Yep.
right? And they took 30 people into a park. They were in a group. And this guy runs up, steals this purse from this lady, knocks her down, and runs away. All right? So this is like Central Park.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to remember
And all
what
35.
was he wearing or stuff like
And they
that.
interviewed
And all 35 people saw it or whatever.
Yeah, they all saw it. It was
Okay.
all like, they were all like looking at something.
Gotcha.
Like I think they're all looking at a statue or something, and the guy screams.
Gotcha.
And all happened. So they all saw it happen, and it was like they had to remember like what color was the purse, what like what was the guy's race,
How tall.
what color jacket was he wearing, what color shirt was the woman wearing, all those things. Completely different. Like
That's wild.
Yeah,
it
your,
was
your
so-
bias comes in.
yeah, your bias comes in.
What do they call that bias? Not subconscious.
Kyle, look it up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But it was interesting. They were talking about that, and they were literally doing all these interviews, and everyone like, no, he had a yellow shirt. No, he had a red shirt. No, the purse was white. No, the purse was black. Then it was
Wow.
like, so your biases come in, and he just said like, and they were also talking about how there was a sign behind the guy that was like a pizza sign. It was red, white, and green. And how many people remembered different clothing articles of the guy or the girl being red, white, or green because their subconscious remembered the sign behind everything
That's
happening.
crazy. That's wild.
And so I think the guy was like Hispanic, but there was a group of 4 black guys standing next to a statue behind him, and a lot of people remembered him being black, and they were pointing out that it had more to do with the subconscious imagery that was going on
What you're
behind
seeing
him.
around you, and that's so interesting. It's like imagine going back over the years, how many
Oh, are you kidding?
innocent people,
Oh, yeah.
Man.
including as more specifically people of color,
Right.
that may have been because of things like that. Not all out racism, but
Yeah.
just things like that. Man, maybe you were even in prison a long time or killed or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you think about how many, like, again, eyewitness. We have eyewitness. It's like, dude, that's apparently is the least reliable, or
Well,
one of them at least.
Well, it's another, and I've heard something along the lines of sometimes you misremember stuff yourself. Like that's why they tell you
Yes.
if you're
I
ever
have another thing I watched.
arrested or something, you're just best to shut up because you can get your
Yourself
your
mixed
story
up.
could
Yeah.
change unintentionally,
Yeah.
and they use it against you. Is why you're best just to just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. I remember,
Oh.
I remember another thing happened about that is in 2003.
Graduation year, class 2003. Shout out.
2003, they did they were doing a study, and it was going to last like 20 years. In 2003, they had a whole bunch of people write down where they were when 9/11 happened. Where were they? What were they doing? Who was with them? All that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they came back to it in 2023.
Ask them.
Asked them same questions, and so much of it had changed. I mean, drastically
Really?
changed. Yeah. There was
Wow.
one, the guy voice recorded what he saw and where he was and all those things. And he was freaking out because he's like, I know that's my voice, but that's not how that went. And it's like, that's crazy. Like, that's a very monumental moment of our life that you...
I know exactly what I was doing.
I know, yeah, me too. I was like, I know exactly
I was in
what
yearbook
happened.
class.
Yeah.
You graduated in 2003.
I was a junior when 9/11 happened. Or maybe I was a junior because I was driving.
I was like 3 or 4.
You don't remember it then?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. I was leaving...
I was in yearbook class.
I was leaving PE. I was running late to art. And I was walking out of the locker room. Yeah, right. I was
Since high school. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh man, I was running late to art, and so I was like the last one walking out of the locker room, and one of the guys came running in there. He's like, "They bombing us, yo!" and ran off, and I was like,
Yeah.
no context, no nothing. I was just like, let's wood them, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, bro. So, like, I went to, and but I did notice as I was walking to class, there would always be other people that were running late too, walking around, you know, whatever. And it was a ghost town. Like, there was no one on campus. And I was like, this is eerie. Like, what's going on? And then I got into the hallways again, same thing. But I noticed when I was walking past classrooms, everyone was looking at the TVs. I was like, whatever. And I got to art, and that was when I found out.
Yeah.
But
We were in class. Another teacher came in and went up to our teacher and told her, and they put on the TV and they had the news on, and it was right after we turned it on right after the second plane hit. And we started watching, and then the bell rang. You know, we had to but we didn't do anything the rest of the day. Every class we just watched the news.
yeah, same.
Everybody was just like, you knew this is a moment in history. It was like,
Yeah.
you're never gonna forget this. And then I remember for weeks after that, I felt like all we did was watch the news. Wanting to know what was going on, what new. Because remember early on they didn't know. They're trying to who did this.
Yeah.
It was like you were watching the news trying to, like, do they have any new information? And then, you know,
People think they're still trying to figure that out, but
they just come ask me. I'll tell them.
anyways.
But then we went. Then we went to war shortly after they started. They went into Afghanistan and then started the night they started bombing in Baghdad. I remember that, watching that on the news, and so I was like, that was a crazy time.
Bombs over Baghdad.
What a song!
What a song.
You know, everybody had like American flag stickers on their car and stuff. It was very patriotic for a while.
Indeed, it was. So yeah, I remember most of that too.
Yeah. Of course, I think I was in your book after hearing this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, you were in lunch actually. No, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, it was wild. But it is interesting to me how you can. I don't know what it has to do with anything, but I was just something I thought of because I was watching this documentary. So there's another good documentary on Netflix right now about Juul, Juul, the vape.
The vape company.
Yeah, how the rise and fall of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I love a good documentary.
3 episodes.
Juul, I remember the Juul.
Little mini series. Do you remember the Juul?
2018.
Did you have a Juul, Nate?
Yeah, in 2018, the summer of 2018,
You
I
did?
went to a bunch of concerts and I had a Juul. That was right after deployment because I deployed in 2017 and then I missed that summer, so I had that. That was my first summer back.
Is Juul? Is that tobacco?
Yeah.
Is it flavored tobacco?
I don't think so.
So
No, I think it's nicotine.
is.
Oh, it's nicotine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So it's nicotine salt.
And it's like more nicotine than.
Is
like
it
a
flavored?
Because it's nicotine salt. It's it's flavored.
Yeah, it's flavored.
What was your flavor?
I would always the mint was good. They had a creme brulee. I didn't like the creme brulee.
That's a little.
Yeah, it was. I mean, some people liked it. The mint one was probably the most popular that people got.
So what's
They said
that?
mint and mango was the two.
Mango.
were the two
Oh yeah,
most
mango.
popular.
Oh, I forgot about mango.
Yeah.
All right.
Calm down, buddy.
Yeah,
Calm down.
wow.
Calm down, buddy. Yeah,
I don't do
they
that
said those were the
anymore.
two,
I don't do that.
yeah.
What's that new? I was asking the Zen pouches. I don't understand what that is.
I don't even know
It's
what you're talking
just
about.
nicotine.
They're like nicotine pouches that you put in your
Yeah.
mouth like a dip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
I've seen those. Yeah.
a lot of people do it on the golf course and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I've
like,
seen those, yeah.
but what?
It's like extra nicotine.
What is it?
Not that we're advertising for any of these things.
Yes.
Just so you know,
No,
no,
it's
we're
just
I would
straight
just-
nicotine.
It's nicotine, but not tobacco.
no tobacco.
So you're just doing it to get the
Yes.
nicotine.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
it,
like, that was what they were talking about in the documentary. Juul's mission statement was to get 1 billion people, to save 1 billion lives by eliminating the need for cigarettes. That was like their mission statement.
That didn't happen.
Well, yeah,
we don't know that.
No, they actually showed some of the data, how like the trend from like 2017 to 2019, how fast the cigarette sales in America dropped.
I mean, a lot less people smoke.
I mean, yeah, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
But a
dude.
lot less people smoke.
Yeah.
than they used to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they were just talking about that trend, and it's a really good documentary. You go check it out, everyone.
I can remember being a teenager.
I don't think it's outlandishly inappropriate from what I remember. So
I can remember being a teenager, like friends out hanging around on a weekend, and like there'll be 10 dudes of friends hanging out, and I'd be the only one without a cigarette. Everybody smoked.
I mean, when I was
I never.
when I was coming through my rebellious stage,
I've never smoked a cigarette. No.
I think I smoked like 3.
And I think I used to say this. I was like, if you're under 40 and you smoke, you're a moron. And I only mean that because like knowing what we know, like if you're
over 40,
if you're in your 60s, like you were in the military.
This show does not fully agree or just kidding. Please don't sue us. That's an inside joke. Sorry. Yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like, the guys in the military in Vietnam or World War II, maybe not Vietnam.
Yeah,
the military was giving them cartons of cigarettes. So like, for those people to smoke and be addicted to cigarettes is one thing, but like
we have the data now.
If you're my age or younger and you smoke, knowing what we know about cigarettes,
absolutely,
that's pretty stupid.
I remember just literally like Saturday, I think, on the way to prayer. Yeah. Because I was coming this way down Pine Forest. On the way to prayer, I was just driving, and someone had their window down. They were smoking a cigarette and like had the cigarette hanging out the window. And I remember thinking to myself on side, like, it's been a minute since I've seen that.
Well, you'd be surprised in the military on deployment. That's all.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I never realized that many people smoke cigarettes until
absolutely.
all that. But yeah, I don't.
But a lot less people.
Yeah.
Even as a church, like I remember my old church though. We used to put a cigarette thing out because people come and they, here we don't have
church.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
yeah, dude. DeSoto?
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
You just had people walking up, smoking a cigarette.
Dude, we literally would have people take a last hit of a cigarette, put it in the container, and breathe the cigarette smoke inside the building. Like that was how. Like,
way.
Yeah, they would like
That's
walk in.
wild.
I'd be like, bro, you couldn't finish that out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's wild.
It's Brownsville, but we don't do that. Nothing.
No.
Yeah,
no one. I don't know anyone that.
No.
I don't. There's no one that goes outside for a smoke break.
Not on our staff. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
No, I mean like at Sunday at church.
Right, no, we don't see
if
that.
they do, they're hiding real good.
Yeah.
But
well, no, that's why it's just this generation approaches that so differently. I think like we've seen it.
I can remember. You could remember going to a restaurant. Smoking or non.
Dude,
smoking or non-smoking.
Yeah.
Even a hotel. Smoking
What year
or
did that
non-smoking.
stop happening in Florida? I think it
I
was
was
like
2000. 98.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Really? It was in PA till I was like.
No, yeah. Florida was one of the first ones to get rid of it.
Y'all
Right
were bumpkins
2000s?
back there up there. Though.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 2001.
I remember
Really? Wow.
Being on one side of the restaurant.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not
No,
right.
that ain't right.
That's where I was born.
I remember. Yeah, what was interesting to me was like how there wasn't very good separators in a lot of those restaurants. Like it was just like they're just over there. Like, like
This aisle is the separator.
Literally, like Applebee's. That when you walk in the door, on the only one now on 9 Mile. When you walk in the door, the smoking section was the
straight one.
2003.
No, it was on the left. It was on the left. Yeah. 03? Yeah. I was going to say.
03, wow, yeah.
Because I started working at Applebee's in 2003.
It had to be 3 or 4.
02, 03.
It was accepted in November of 2002 to start.
Yeah, now you say that. I remember asking people smoking or non-smoking whenever they came down.
And then now you ever go to a place that they can smoke in?
Yeah, like New York and stuff.
I'll walk right out.
It's wild.
And you're like, it's weird.
I'll
Or
walk right out.
Like at a casino or something that people are smoking. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I think in Florida, if you're a bar, if you don't serve food, I think you can allow smoking.
Tickets. Sports bar. They allow smoking.
Inside or outside?
I think inside.
Inside.
'Cause
Not the new one on 9 Mile. The one on 9 Mile.
they do.
No.
I've been there.
They have food, though.
They have appetizers. I don't think they have food because Lee and
I've eaten it.
Lee and I went there and the people were smoking inside, and we're like, we're out of here. So
Maybe your eyewitness account.
yeah, I mean,
Because with Leap had a function there.
well.
So did PYP. And there was no smoking. You sure that it went in the patio?
Maybe they were vaping and not smoking cigarettes.
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they're
The
juuling.
juuling. That might have been it. Man, we've really full circled this conversation twice.
Yeah.
What's that?
In 2019, they expanded the law
To workplaces.
in workplaces.
Interesting.
People still do it all the time.
Absolutely.
I know military people who brought vapes in like skiffs, which is like top secret, you know, and when you aren't allowed, and they would just like
You
hit
can't
it
bring a
and
flash
like,
drive in there. And
oh yeah, literally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
They let you in a skiff?
Brother, I was a top dog in this game.
Stop it right now. If you ever serve with Nate Popejoy, I want to know right now.
No, I'm playing.
Yeah, no.
Hey, what do you salute? Let me see how you salute.
Bro, get out of here.
she just is going to make the staff start.
No, I will not. I refuse.
Yeah. No, that would be wild.
Let me get a good salute there.
Yeah, no, it's a good documentary. You should go check it out. But
Yeah.
I love a good documentary. I like those World War II ones.
this one is just done very like you can tell it's new, and the production quality is good, which made me really appreciate it. Like the camera angle, just everything was really good.
I mean, they still don't know long-term effects of all that vaping and stuff.
yeah, I mean they don't have enough data. You know,
it's worse for you.
the one thing that they talked about was like that. You remember when it was like all those hospitalizations from vaping was happening?
Yeah.
Apparently that was not a vaping problem; it was a THC problem. They talk about that. Anyways, you can go check it out. But all of it said, yeah, they did mention like apparently a guy, one of the presidents of Juul or CEO of Juul or something, went on the news and they're like, so you don't really know the long-term damage that you're causing to people. He's like, nope, not really. He was like, we don't have 10-year and 20-year data like, you know, like the smoking industry does.
This
So we
is
don't really know.
honest.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, all right then.
Hey,
So, but all that to say,
don't drool.
don't
Don't
smoke.
say don't drool.
vape.
Don't vape.
Yeah.
Don't-
I mean,
yeah.
that used to be the thing. Like vaping was like juuling. Like that was like the
Just so many things. It's so interesting how those things progress. I don't know.
yeah.
Well, it's been good at Transformation Church lately.
Yeah, no. Sunday was awesome. It's
Sunday
exciting.
was. We had
It was
1,200 and, I mean, what did we say? 1,160?
1,100 and yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
It's awesome coming back off of
First
summer
day of-
break.
First week of school.
Yeah,
Yep.
first week of school for public schools.
Absolutely.
Man, I remember first day of school. I remember that first day of school, and after about the second or third period, thinking, I got a whole year more of this. Like some of them classes move slow.
Yeah.
I remember watching the clock.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
This thing don't move.
Miserable.
Oh,
And I told Nate, I had my whole high school from 7th to 12th, we had block schedule.
Yeah.
We had 85-minute
yeah.
periods.
Oh,
that's wild.
We only had
that's
4
wild.
periods a day.
I mean, it
They
kind of
were
prepared you
long.
for college, I guess, in a sense, where you have like those long classes.
Didn't prepare
but-
me for college.
Yeah, I had only like 45-minute classes, so
Yeah, me too. I think mine were 50.
50.
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Hey, I have a math equation for you.
But the equation?
Yeah, math equation. See if you guys can figure it out.
I probably
Do I need
can't, but
paper?
okay.
I don't know. Maybe you might need paper.
It's like a riddle, or is that
No,
an
it's just
actual
like a math equation. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So a guy buys a horse for $60, sells it for $70, buys it back for $80, and then sells it for $90. How much did he lose or gain?
So he buys it for 60, sells it for 70, gain 70, or gain
These seem like tricks, but they're not.
10, and then he bought it back for 80. So which is zeroed out.
He bought
then
it for
sells it.
60.
Gained 10
He
bucks.
bought it for 60. So he's out 60.
Yeah, he gained $10.
He sold it for 70. So he gained 70. Then he what?
No, he didn't gain 70 because he was out
He
60 at
buys
the
it for
beginning.
60, sells it for 70.
But he was out 60 when he bought it. Right?
I don't know.
I'm at. I mean, how much am I? I'm starting with $1,000.
So he bought it for
I have
60.
$1,000.
So
I have $1,000. I'm buying a horse for 60. I have now $940.
right.
Now what? I sell it
Sells it for 70.
Plus 70. Now I have $1,010.
yeah,
He buys it back for 80.
I have $930.
and then
He sells it for 90.
he sells it for 90.
Plus 90. I have $1,020. He made
Oh,
$20.
Yeah, yeah, that
I
makes sense.
saw that question on another podcast. I solved that in 5 seconds the first time I heard it.
$20? You
Yeah.
chose $20?
Yeah, I was like, oh, you made $20.
Oh wow.
You can't start with. I can't start with 0. It throws me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to start with a base number.
That makes
got another one. Do you
sense.
want it?
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
Here, we want to save it for next week.
Oh, let's go ahead.
I got 3 minutes.
Oh, Nate's got
got it.
student of the year director stuff. Student director of the
This
year.
one might trip you up a little bit more.
Oh wow.
This one took me about 20 seconds.
Gosh.
If a snail in a 10-foot deep hole climbs up 3 feet each day,
Yeah.
but each night he falls down 2 feet,
Oh my gosh.
how many days until he climbs out of the hole?
3 feet 2, 1. 10. Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
3 feet 2, 1. 3 feet 2, 2. 3 feet. No, I'm just kidding. It's 3 feet 1.
3 feet, 1, and then 3 feet, 4 minus 2. That's 2. Yeah. So 10 days.
Is it 10 days?
Yeah.
Sure.
It'd be 8, fellas.
Why?
So you got
Because like once the 3 feet, you can't count. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Snails can't do that.
I was just trying to do it too fast, so
That's right. You're trying to beat my 20 seconds.
I was. I'm
Don't-
competitive
Listen,
like
if
that.
it comes to math, you're at a disadvantage
Yeah, no.
out of the gate.
I wanted to be a civil engineer. I'm so serious. Yo. When I was gonna go to college,
That's not the-
right out of high school, I had college ID and everything to be for a bachelor's degree in civil engineering.
Let's go. Man.
I would have.
You know, like design parking lots and stuff.
It was just money. I wanted.
It's just
I
money.
was just
It's
one of
money.
my, bro. I know, and
You're in it for a long time.
I would have dropped out. I don't know why. I would have.
Shit, trust me,
I'd have been dumbfounded.
And what we ought to
Like,
do on here is do what they do.
You
on,
said that backwards, but
Found dumb. What? No, I didn't. That's crazy. That's wild. All right. Wow.
Well, do
You got it. You got to cut that. You got, bro.
That's good.
That's embarrassing.
That's good.
That's embarrassing.
I guess we're done on
that was great.
That's embarrassing.
Are you good with we'll do a geography test one day.
I used to know.
Listen, I probably won't do very
in
well.
Intel, we had to know every single country. I knew every single
I'm
country.
bringing a map next week.
Do it.
Do it.
I mean, that was like 10 years ago, but still.
They haven't moved.
I know, but
They're still well, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
So let's not get crazy.
yeah.
Hey, listen, we're ending today. I don't know how long. How long is this one?
it's about short, like 30 minutes.
40
Oh,
minutes.
40
We talked for
minutes.
40 minutes already.
That's 40
Dear
minutes. All right, I
heavens.
got it. Yeah, I got to bounce.
Yeah, we spent too much time talking about smoking and vaping.
Not even talking about Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So if you want to check out the message, go check it out. From
Please
this past
do,
Sunday.
actually.
It was actually
It's
really,
really
they said
good.
it's really good.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
weird for me to say that, but it was powerful, man. And Allie's song is great.
Oh, yeah.
She's so
Oh
good.
yeah, so good.
We love you guys. Justin, where do they find out more about this church?
Transformationchurch.com or at Transformation Pensacola on all the socials.
Oh, yeah, 21 Days of Prayer.
We're in 21 days.
Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. God's doing amazing things. It's been really powerful.
yeah, it's been good.
Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Make sure you check that out. You can find out more information on the website. And that's also where you can register for Reframe Conference.
Oh, yeah,
Reframe.
August
Let's go.
23rd, 24th.
Closing out 21 Days of Prayer
$3.99, baby.
with Reframe.
That's right. So we'll see y'all soon. Love you. Talk to you later.
Later.
Another week,
Peace.
another podcast, whatever.
I can't believe I said pounded dumb. That's